lock, to break it down, all you do is lock this to the rear, pull both fingers, both of the black dials on each side, knobs, rack it down. Pull the trigger. Okay? But you have to hold these down the whole time. It's a little mechanism in here that drops it. See that black bar?
Okay.
Okay, that's your release bar. Okay, so with that being said, blocks break down into 4 pieces. That's it. Now I can get into here with an experienced gunsmith. It's by Glock. It says Glock is there. I mean, all Glock's training. They can actually get in here because there's a lot of little mechanisms that are inside of this covered area. Okay. But the first thing I'm going to have you do, I'm going to have you look at the barrel. When was this cleanized?
Probably winter.
Okay, winter. We'll put a little light on it for you.
Good morning.
You put that on camera. That's carbon. That's a carbon buildup. It's basic. When you use basic cleaners that you buy at Walmart or something like that, you're going to get that. And the reason why is because it's an oil that is, it's an oil carrier, but it's going to hold that carbon into your firing chamber here and in your barrel. What our CLP does is our CLP changes that. So being in the military for over 23 years, when I was a drill sergeant down at Fort Benning, Georgia, the one thing I noticed is the CLP that the military uses and is the same additives that are in our basic stuff that we buy, like whether it be hops or rim oil or something like that. There's additives that mirror each other in those. With that being said, they're carcinogen carriers, which means they don't cause cancer, but they can cause cancer, which everything nowadays, as we know it in the market, is a carcinogen carrier. So what I'm going to do is this. With our CLP, which is an aerosynthetic, bio-based, clean burn cleaner, I'm going to take it, spray 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm going to put it down the end of your barrel. Put on this end of the barrel. I'll let that sit, because that's where majority of your carbon is. Then I'm going to take this and spray it down. Let it soak. I'm even going to put it in here on your rail, on your clip, so that way it's going to sit for a few seconds while we talk. Okay? The reason why I'm doing that is because I want it to break up the carbon. I want to prove to you, not only tell you that it works, I'm showing you that it works. Okay? Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the clip. This is where a lot of oil, it's a lot of from the rounds, as well as when you first get your firearms. Some people will clean. I don't know if you did or not, so that's video. But just that little squirt, and I'm going to show you this. How's that one?
Much better.
All I did was wipe it down. I didn't get any dental picks out. I didn't scrape it. I didn't have to do anything like that. Next, I'm going to do your barrel. So as you see, it's leaking out just a little bit. See that carbon on there?
Yep.
It's already releasing the carbon in the barrel because it attacks it at the molecular level. When it attacks at the molecular level, it makes it less work that we have to do to scrape and clean. So, wipe that off because I got a little bit on there. All I'm going to do is take one pad to clean. I'm going to spray it down with CLP with Blue Eagle. I'm going to run this through the barrel.
Good morning.
Spray it up and run it through. All I'm going to do is take it. I'm going to go with the rifle. Okay? Go down, twist, and back and twist. Okay? Do it one more time. Down, back. I'm making it so that it's a little bit thicker and a little bit more on the side, so that way it's grabbing that carbon and pulling it out. I'm going to take the light. I'm going to shine it in there, and you tell me how much carbon you see. See a difference?
Yeah.
How long did that take me to do?
Less than 5 seconds.
Less than 5 seconds. Okay? So that one's clean. This one's clean. Now your spring, we'll clean it right quick. There's a lot of carbon that sits on this, but really it's a self-contained system. So I really can't get in between there. I mean, I can with my brush. So what I'll do is this, is I'm going to spray my brush, and I'm just going to brush it back and forth to get it in between the actual spring, the metal coils. This is a brand new brush. And all I'm doing is I'm not applying hardly any pressure. I'm just putting it, I'm applying it on there because it's going to break it up on itself. So that is what that looks like. That's clean. Now I'm going to go to the upper. The upper has a lot of little nooks and crannies in here. My rail system. All I'm going to do is I'm taking a rag and wiping it down. This was a brand new rag. You saw me pull it out. How you doing, bud?
Hi.
So I'm wiping down the major big components, and then I'm going to take my Q-tips. I'm going to get the small crevices. This is what I've taken off your firearm so far.
Nasty.
Okay? So I'm going to do with the Q-tip is I'm going to take it this way. I'm just going to spray the tip. I'm going to put it right there on the hole, cover it up. I'm going to spray it. What I want to do is I'm saturating that Q-tip. So when I go in here, I'm getting it right in the rail system.
I thought I was the only one who used Q-tips by the gross.
Oh, no.
Got
Best-
4 boxes over there.
Best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a one rail. This is attacking at the molecular level. Remember that. So the hops and everything
One
else.
of the
that you're
handiest
using
things on a reloading
or
bench.
any other chemical
That
use on
and
it.
this spray cleaner right
That
here are the
is-
two. That's all you need.
CLP, yeah.
Your-
It's good stuff,
you need.
yeah.
That's what you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
It's
what we
Blue
all,
Eagle.
I mean, I used to be
Updated. It's
guilty of
Blue
it.
Eagle CLP. It's
I
much
used
more
to be
improved.
Guilty of using.
You recorded this whole thing?
I am
and I
indeed.
am.
He's almost done, and it's 7 minutes now.
Yeah.
Less than 10, and he'll be finished.
That's your rail. That's what's being caught in your rail system. Now I'm gonna dip it right here because I sprayed a little bit on there, and I'm gonna go up here and just in the little crevices to show you to what can be brought out. Okay. Now this is a natural function that happens with a firearm because as soon as that firing pin hits a primer and that chemical reaction happens, then the carbon is formed. All I'm doing is attacking the carbon so it makes it easier for you and faster for you to clean. Okay, so this is done. So I'm going to put this together because I've got all these parts done. Do you notice the difference on this?
It's much cleaner.
It's taken all the carbon, brought it to the surface, and actually let me wipe it down, right? And wipe it out. So I'm going to 3 pieces, put it back together. Really simple. Okay, that's done. Now I'm going to come back to this and we'll wipe it down real quick. Because pretty much this, I'm wiping off the excess carbon. Got a couple of spots here. We're clean. Get all the carbon out of there. These are spots where people really don't know that carbon exists on their pistols. And there's nothing against you. You just don't know. We don't know what we don't know. Right? So I'm wiping these down, getting in there in the crevices because this is your rail system. This is imperative to be functioning and working properly per manufacturer specs because this is what makes your firearm work. Right? So I'm going to take this cleaner because really there's no carbon in here that I see. I'm just going to wipe it down a little bit. I'm going to run it through, make sure any dirt that's in there gets taken out. I'm going to bowl it up just a little bit because I want to get the actual grooves. If you notice in there, there's grooves. I want to get the oil in those grooves so that way it's easier for you to eject the clip and load the clip.
I can tell Chuck came doing it great.
Okay,
I'll send you the video.
so this is just basic carbon that's on the surface, right? Now, okay, the person put this back in.
Yes.
Be careful. Okay.
Absolutely good.
All right. So all I'm gonna do to put it back together is I'm gonna line up the grooves, right? So slide it in. Okay. Now I'm gonna take CLP. Now that it's clean, I'm gonna lock it to the rear. Okay. I'm gonna do 3 squirts. 1, 2, 3. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to wipe off all the excess on the outside. Okay, now I'm going to take this. I'm going to do this rigorously. Put the clip back in. I'm going to hand it back to you and you tell me what you think. We locked it to the ring. Takes clip in. Magazine. Now what?
Much easier.
Easier for you to use?
Yes.
Easier functionality?
Yes.
Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is the other way. There we go. So
Have it that nails.
the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this. The grip on all pistols is where all the excess oils that we have on our hands, whether we realize it or not, sits and resides. And that is what's imperative because this is an extension of your arm. Right? If you ever have to defend yourself or you're hunting or you're shooting targets, this is an extension of your arm and your hand and your body. Tell me how that pistol grip feels now that I've cleaned it.
Much better.
Is it tacky? Is it anything?
I can actually feel the grip.
Okay. That's awesome. So that has anything that I've said that doesn't happen, has any of it been untrue?
No.
Okay. Well, the other thing I want to show you is this. Feel anything on my hand?
No.
The reason why is I'm wearing a glove. If I were to use hops or rim oil or anything else that's out there on the market, my hands are going to be very slick, and I would have dropped that multiple times, probably. I've been cleaning it the whole time with this glove on my hand to prove that the product works, and I stand behind the product. We formulated a product that is awesome, Blue Eagle CLP. This is, like I said, an aerosynthetic. It's got essential oils mixed in with it, so that it doesn't stink as bad as normal cleaners do, but it does work 1/3 of the time faster, and it also takes 85% of the carbon, shoots it out into the barrel. Wait till you shoot that firearm. You're going to see a world of difference the first time you take it out. When you do take it out, what you want to do is you want to shoot wet. The reason why you want it to be wet and lubricated is because you want to make sure all the carbon has an opportunity to get out of the firearm, and then clean it with this. Don't mix it with any other cleaner, and then when you get done shooting, clean it and store it like you would anything else. But every single time you pull that out, this will be there to back you up when you need it, if you ever need it. This is 30, this is 12.